3 small kids, and what I didn't realize before having kids, I mean, there were a lot of things I didn't realize before having kids, but the one thing is anything that you struggle with prior to children is magnified tenfold per kid. When it was just me to look after, that was one thing, but now I have 3 small humans and myself who are often not willing to get out the door on time. And if you know anything about little children, you know they don't like to be rushed, and there's a secret code to unlock their cooperation. The truth is, I struggle to be on time a lot of the time. If I'm being honest, I've kind of always been this way, and it's really exacerbated when I have 3 other people that I need to motivate to get out of the door as well. Before I jump into the things that have truly helped me to master my time management struggles. Hello, my name is Julie. Welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here. I make videos all about living that clutter-free life. So let's get started. Maybe I have undiagnosed ADHD, and I know that my time management skills, or lack thereof, drive my husband a little bonkers. So in lieu of actually finding a way to make time stretch longer, here is what helps me day to day manage my family, get to places, most of the time on time, sometimes even early, which I'm very proud of, without shaving off 5 years of my life in the stress and the rush that goes with having little kids and herding the cats. If you know, you know. Also, for some context, I am regularly on my own with my kids. My husband needs to travel fairly regularly for work, and he'll be gone for anything from 2 to 5 days to longer. So this means that I have to manage my mornings, I have to get them to school on time, all on my own, which for a person like me can be quite challenging. When I tell you that I would not be able to function in a messy home, you have to believe me. Going more clutter-free, living more intentionally, being really responsible with what we buy and bring into our home has changed the game for me, especially as we've added more children. Stuff inevitably follows, but it doesn't have to. And I've made extensive videos about living a clutter-free life, why I think it's important, how I think it can help you. And for a person like me, my environment is so important. Even when I sit down to focus on something, when my home is messy, when things are not in their place, when there are dishes in the sink, I really struggle to focus. And I know that's also a function of working from home. It's in my face all the time, but that is my reality right now. And I love working from home, but it can be very distracting. And the only way that I can really manage that, get things done, live the type of life I want, is to have a clutter-free life, because less inventory requires less management, less time management, and allows me to know where everything is. It saves me time. I have less choice of things that the kids need or can use. I know where everything is in the house. If I just think about it, I can direct them to go and grab things, and it is a freaking lifesaver, and it is a time saver. Other things that help but come with a caveat are the usual suspects of get up before your children do, you know, at least 30 minutes before or an hour before. Now, I have tested out this theory. Even if I have 5 hours before the kids wake up, I will fill every single minute with that. Having extra time before they wake up is game changing, and I highly recommend that, but you still need to be on top of the time. It's not enough just to have endless hours. In fact, the more time I have, probably the more dawdling that I do. So I need to be on point, I need to be focused, not get distracted by things, so that I can get the kids out the door and to school on time. Oldie but a goldie is organizing outfits the night before, choosing outfits for not only the kids but also myself. Something else I've been doing lately is setting out my baby's outfit or my toddler's outfit before as well, so that I don't have to go searching for clothes for her. Anything that I can do the night before to minimize friction in the morning, I do it. So anyone who needs to be out the door the next day, we have clothes ready to go. Wearing a watch seems so basic, but when you don't wear a watch and you don't have the concept of time, it's so easy to get distracted by all the tasks that you need to do. Even if I was good at this, there are just still so many things that pulls a mom's attention and that you feel like are urgent and important, but really they're just maybe important, they're not urgent, and they're not the priority when you're trying to rush and get out the door. Having a watch keeps me accountable. It allows me to keep my kids accountable as they've gotten older and they understand the concept of time. I can say like, okay, it's 7:30, which means we need to have done a certain amount of things by this time. We're gonna leave in 10 minutes. Or, hey, it's 7:40, we need to be in the car right now. I've talked about this in my nighttime routine, but I like to reset our kitchen every night, the night before. So this includes doing laundry, unpacking the dishwasher, setting out their lunch boxes. As I said, anything that I can do before the morning rush, I will do, because you need that extra time in the morning for unforeseen circumstances with little kids. If someone doesn't want to wear something, or you find they have a stain on their shirt that you intended for them to wear, or they spill breakfast on it or something, you need to have that buffer time so that you're not rushing and stressed. This may sound silly, but I celebrate when I'm early, whether that means just having a bit of me time in the car before I need to get out to do the next thing, doing a little dance party in my seat, I don't care. Me getting to an appointment early with 3 children is like winning the lottery. So I celebrate it. I hope that subconsciously my brain is like, yes, do this again. And I will say, after coming off a week of solo parenting recently, getting somewhere 10 minutes early deserves a gold medal. And don't let anybody tell you that parenting is not an Olympic sport. It is an underappreciated, underpaid, underrecognized Olympic sport. I also tend to store a lot of clutter in my brain, and I think this is what distracts me. So having a to-do list, a place to write it down, I like to physically write down my to-do list, or I like to write down things in the notes portion of my phone so that I know that I'm not going to forget something and I'm not panicked about it. I don't have to do it immediately because it's written down. This helps me stay on task, stay focused, and be less distracted. Now, the flip side of that, and this is why pen and paper is really important, is actually hiding my phone. As some of you may know from watching this channel, I am South African and all of my family is in South Africa. This means practically that they are 7 to 8 hours ahead of me. When I wake up in the morning and start chatting to them, this is crunch time for me when I need to be getting ready to take my kids to school. If I check my phone too much, I get super distracted with good reason. But again, these messages are typically important, but not urgent. They can wait an hour until I've dropped everybody off and have a bit of breathing room. But I get so involved and I'm excited to talk to them that I get distracted by my phone. And then something that I'm working on is training my kids. As they get older, I give them more responsibility, which I think is super important in raising capable, independent children, but things like packing their water bottle, packing their backpacks, getting their clothes out of the dryer, getting themselves dressed. These are all things that take the pressure off of me, especially when I have a little toddler running around that I need to literally manhandle, and she does need help to get dressed. The older ones need to start taking responsibility, and they're not going to do that necessarily unless I encourage them to. As I've said in many videos before, I firmly believe if you live in this house, you need to contribute to the well-being and health of the house, and so I encourage my children to do that, and that just means there's less things for me to do, because as I said in the beginning, I like to live in a clutter-free environment. It feels calming to me, it feels peaceful. And I can't do that on my own. I need help from my family, and I want my children to be contributing as well. That's how I get out of the door, mostly on time for school. I have a lot of parenting ideas and hacks and suggestions on my channel, as well as a full clutter-free living playlist that you might find interesting. Should check that out. There will be a link in the description. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, I would so appreciate you giving it a like. You can just click that thumbs up button. Go ahead and subscribe so that I can bring you a new video every week about living that clutter-free lifestyle, so you can focus on the things that are truly important to you. Remember to lead with kindness and respect for other people, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.